Howdy folks. Unfortunately, I'm a bit behind, so I actually need to update the team lists. So, hope everyone's well. So they are not the teams playing today, okay, just to be very clear. They're not the teams. So, let me just update that first. So I'm a bit behind, so I apologise. We'll find out the teams together, won't we? Unless you guys already know it. You guys probably do. But I hope you're well. If you know the team list, you got any specific score predictions, do let me know. Right then, Catalans Dragons. Let's have a gander, shall we? Okay. At fullback for the Dragons, Aspura Biche. Makinson on the wing. Legere, Smith, Kotrick, Kiri, Farge, Pangai Jr., Garcia, Bousquet, Sims, Whitehead, and Partington. Then on the bench is Da Costa, Satai, Navarrete, and Sirinen. Rouge is 18th man. Right, there's Catalans done. Wakefield. Currently don't have a site on the chat at the moment, so if anyone's put anything, then I have no comment to make as of yet. So, Wakefield. Back to Rourke at fullback. Unfortunately for... Oh, Jowett's on the wing. Interesting. Any Wakefield fans, let me know if Rourke's a winger or has any experience as a winger. Would that make more sense for Rourke to go on the wing and Jowett to fullback? Let me know your thoughts on that. Johnstone, Jowett. Could Rourke even play centre for Johnstone to go back on the wing? Who knows? Oh no, he's in the halves. That's my bad. My bad, folks. Silly me. McMeekin, Hood, Hamlin, Ueli, Wangana, Griffin, and Pitts. On the bench is Tony, Koza, Smith, and Fartilli. 18th man is Croft. There we go. All right. Sorted. Right. There you go. Squads are now in view. Cameras in the way. There we go. All right. Back to it then. Big up Kinetic. Oh, big up yourself, Kings. Big up yourself. Right, I'll also put the link to, and again, for those that don't know yet, hey bud up the train. Hello, Callum. Good to see you. Good to see you. Well, the Discord is still getting some views. Okay. Let's get a link in the chat, shall we? Casted the biz. They sure did. They sure did. Can I pin this and keep the poll up there as well? I can. Right, if you want to join the Discord, it's in the live stream chat now. There's been an issue with the stream. Some other people might have it as well on Sky Sports Plus. Hopefully I'm not the only one. And thank you to Jonathan for becoming a member as of yesterday. If you'd like to become a member, you can do. For as little as £1 a month. Just click the join button directly below this stream. You can support the work that I do. Content is still completely free. It's just if you want to... There's a weird comment here. So, yesterday's game, huh? Interesting one. Did you see Shane Richardson on James Graham's podcast talk about Super League? Not yet. I do intend to watch that because I want to know what they plan to do for the future. I was thinking about it last night about what we could do, like what I would ideally want to see happen. Not sure by how many, but Dragons win. I do have Catalans winning. I'll go through my predictions from today because I know there's been one game already. Here we go. So I had Huddersfield 12, Castleford 20. So not too far off. I've got Salford 10, Leigh 30. Of course, with Salford, I always have to guess who might be playing. That's the biggest issue with them. And for tonight, I've got Catalans 22, Wakefield 18. So if you got your own predictions, do let me know. Anyone else not getting up on Sky Plus for some reason? Anyone else having issues? Maybe I just need to go off and back on again. Simple fix and all that. Yes, it was that easy. Grab a drink, grab a snack if you haven't already. I'm back on the monster again. Apologies if that was loud. Defo Wakey win. I think, honestly, this could go either way for me. This is quite tricky to predict, if I'm honest. Because I like Catalans in the forwards on paper. I think it'll be a good battle. Wakey do seem to play up to the occasion through the middle. And yeah, I'm aware Wakefield's not quite undefeated. I think they've lost one away. I think just one away that they've lost. So, I mean, that's a factor, but I'm just thinking with the improvements that Catalans have made so far, and the fact that Wakefield have to keep chopping and changing things, unforced changes. Also against us. Who are you a fan of? King? Was it? Were you a Saints fan? Who did Wakefield lose to away? It'll be Saints, wasn't it? Sure, it's Saints. Shane was saying it's the first time in history all 3 TV. Oh, I did see that clip actually. NRL Super League International is going to try and bundle it all together. Yeah, that's fair enough. See, I was thinking about this. I was thinking about the list of teams. I'm pretty sure that for NRL Europe, the 10 teams that I think they'd take. Okay, so that there's 8 that I'm positive that they're taking without question, and then 2 that I think should be in there to make the 10. So what I would do is, if I'm involved in NRL Europe in any way, which I'm not saying that I am or should be, I'm just saying it's hypothetical. Catalans will be in there because they want the French teams. Oh, and I looked at average attendance, by the way, so yeah, I've got some references. Catalans, they get an average attendance of 8,888. Hull FC, 15,100. Hull KR, 10,900. Leeds, 15,300. Saints, 11,000. Toulouse, 4,900. Warrington, 10,500. Wigan, 17,400. So those 8 teams I think are in NRL Europe, guaranteed without question. The 2 teams that I think they should put in to make it 10 should just be Leigh and Wakefield. They've made major improvements as clubs over the last few years. They are also currently Super League clubs. They have solid fan bases and solid attendances. Wakefield with 7,500 average, Leigh with 7,700 average. So, for me, those should be the 10 teams. However, I would offer the opportunity for 2 other teams to join pending mergers. So, they don't have to do it. They don't have to. But I think it should be posed as an opportunity that if Castleford, Halifax and Huddersfield all want to merge as West Yorkshire, they get automatic placement into NRL Europe. Because if you look at the attendances, Cass is an average of 6.6, Halifax average of 2, this is not just 2 in total, Huddersfield 4.4 thousand. A potential attendance of 13.1 thousand for West Yorkshire Rugby League if those 3 clubs merge. Again, they shouldn't be forced to do it. Just if they're not going to be put into NRL Europe, the option should be there. Do you 3 want to merge to form West Yorkshire for a potential of 13,000 attendance? And if they say no, they say no. And then the same for Manchester, Oldham, Salford, Swinton, Rochdale, a potential of 7,300. Again, they don't have to merge, but I think if they choose to and form Manchester Rugby League, they get automatic placement. But again, they don't have to. But I just think, pose the question, and if they want to do it, then they're in. Because if they're already going to be restrictive, if you're going to let somebody else in, it needs to be basically a merger where there's the potential of major crowds, which with those 3 clubs for West Yorkshire they would get. With Manchester they would likely get. They'd be on par with Wakefield and Leigh. So it's just a thought. It's on Sky Sports Plus. Got lucky against Casper, wins a win. He wants a new 10 team. Not in its current Super League form. As a Cas fan, I hate it, but I know we need to become NRL Europe to save Rugby League. Well, that's the thing, Kings. So, Kings, would you merge with Halifax and Huddersfield, or Bradford, plus Keighley, Dewsbury, any of those teams, at least with some of the major ones, to form at least West Yorkshire? Now, if you don't do it, you're probably most likely going to be Championship League One. But I don't know. your thoughts on it. I cannot turn the mic up anymore. The only thing I'd consider, David, is make sure that the stream itself isn't on a low volume. Actually, one second. Okay, hopefully that's a bit louder. Plus, I'm sat kind of further away than normal from the mic. I normally get a bit closer. Aaron Moore is referee today. Oh, that was nice. Right then. We're about to get underway. Dodgy 5-stick clutch again. It's an epidemic. Right, we're underway, folks. Wakefield will kick to Catalans. And it's going to be Tavita Pangai Jr. with the first carry of the game. What I see, mate, is no club merging, but a two-league system. One with 10 for NRL Europe, and still a Super League with Cass, Salford, Huddersfield, Bradford, controlled by Wood. That could happen. I don't know if they'd be separate, or if they'd be... There could be divisions, or Super League would technically become the Championship. Would be interesting to see. Partington with the next carry through the middle. Pre-match predictor was 68% win for Catalans. Bousquet takes up to halfway. Last tackle coming up for the Dragons. Benjamin Garcia, number 9 for this year. Goes right hand side to Theo Farge. Late to the party. Ooh, Kieran. Ooh, dear. Rourke will return fire. Wakefield now first carry of the game. On their own 20, Jowett hands it off to Scott. Plays it just short of the 30. Hall takes it over the 30. Met by 3 very large defenders. Evening up the train. I'm not doing too bad. Yourself? Are we doing well? Hope everyone else is doing well as well. I've left a link pinned for the Discord that I've set up the other day for Kinetic Rugby League. Feel free to join. I hope you do. Hood goes short side right to Lino. Kicks on the last. And I think that's deflected off a Cass player. Recovered by a Wakefield player. Is that Rourke? Space to run down the right, but just dinks the ball through. Kotrick is there. Kicks it forwards. Recovered by a Wakefield player. That is Jowett, but there's a bit of a mess. Bit of a mess. I think they say knock on Catalans first. It's all kicking off, folks. How's the sound anyway, David? Are you, if you're still here, let me know if the sound's alright. Hopefully it is. It's a Wakefield scrum on the 10. Shifting left with Lino. Oof, big hit onto Rourke. Makinson's not in a good way. Just take a second, brother. Take a second. Deep breaths. Deep breaths. Potential high shot on... Not a high shot, but high contact onto Makinson. Unintentional. Shifting right to Lino. Hands it off to Vanganar. Less than 10 metres out now. Right at the post. Hood. Hands it off to Hamlin-Ueli. Stopped a metre or two short. Fourth tackle coming up. 3.5 minutes gone for Wakefield. Hood. Goes to his left to Lino. Then across to Jowett. Pops it up to Pitt. Oh, that's Pratt, sorry. I keep getting them wrong. God damn. Play the ball over on the left-hand side of the field. Coming back towards centre field with Lino. Kicks towards the right-hand side. Smith takes it on the full. Inside the goal area. And it's a 20-metre tap. Went to Leeds game last night. Interesting. It was a good game, wasn't it, Jack? I mean, I know you might be on the Leeds side of things, but it was a good game. Hopefully you enjoyed it. And Anime Dude, welcome back. What did you miss? Not much, really. Simple back and forth. A scuffed kick from Lino, which I think was deflected, recovered by Wakefield, almost like half a chance, and then, yeah, knock-ons. So, Cass now in possession. Catalans, not Cass. Welcome to the jungle. Now down the right-hand side with Le Guerre. I've put 2 U's in his name. That's not right. So I'm going to have to fix that. Pangai Jr. in centre field. Offloads to Bousquet. Left now with Kiri. Oh, trying to go out the back to Esporto Bichet. But it's recovered by Remus Smith. Last tackle coming up now for the Dragons. Kiri on the Wakefield 40. Kicks high towards the back left. Taken on the full by Rourke with plenty of time and recovers it just short of his own 20. Just short, they're on 30 now. Hood hands the ball off to Johnstone. 5.5 minutes gone. Third tackle for Wakefield. Hood on his left to Jowett. Over the 40 now. And I'm pretty sure that's not Jowett. No, it's Pratt. Because I'm an idiot. Shifting right now with Van Aert. It was the hairstyle that got me. It was the hairstyle. Short side right to Lino. Kicks on the last. Plenty of height on this one. Towards the back right. Not too much depth though. Recovered by Rourke. Offloaded back to Lino. Still in possession for Wakefield. Last tackle. 6 minutes gone. And eventually they're brought down. Yeah, it was a good game. I support Leeds Rhino as well. Leeds put in a solid effort. Real solid effort. Possibly, maybe should have won that. But, you know, if they're a little bit more careful, let's say. But they did well. They played well. Garcia, that's a Whitehead, takes it over the 40. Third tackle, Garcia goes to his left, to Partington, now to Pangai Jr. Gets half a break, offloads to Makinson. Oh, that's not even... Oh, my God. The hairstyles are getting me. The hairstyles, it's Sims. Remus Smith, 7 minutes gone in the game. Fourth tackle. I'm a bit tired, to be fair. Theophage kicks on the last towards the back left. Rourke takes it cleanly. Brought down just in front of his own 10. Doesn't seem to be a lot of injuries this season. So soon for most teams. I get you. I get you. There might be. Yeah, there's been quite a few actually. Thinking about it. Yeah. Seven and a half minutes gone. Third tackle for Wakefield. Mike McMeekin takes the next carry into Partington and to Garcia. But takes it over the 30. Hood goes to his left. Ball's popped up to Pratt. Get a grip, mate. Get a grip. Lino kicks on the last behind halfway. Taken on the full by Esporto Bichet. Up to his own 20. Then the 30. So 8 minutes gone. The Dragons will start this set from their own 30. Fage. Now to Makinson. Up to the 40. Have you seen the new Leeds Rhinos M&D shirt? I've not, actually. I've not. Let's have a gander. I understand it's for a good cause, but if it's not good, I'm going to say. I'm not seeing it. Oh, the white one with the bit of Rob Burrow. I mean, it's acceptable enough. I mean, yeah, it can pass. How did the M&D fundraiser go? We raised £305 in the end in total, which is a solid start. But I'd obviously like to do a lot more. I'd like more teams to be involved in future. But you know, it's an okay start. Oh, okay. It was late, but he was falling. Just penalty and move on. Four kids in the ears, a joke. Yeah, just a bit. Just a bit. Oof. It's alright, Tommy lad. Just take a breather. Since when was John Stowe missing a tooth? Has he just lost his tooth, or...? Just a pen in your opinion. That'd be reet. That'll be reet. So Wakefield kick from behind their own 10, and they'll start this set about 25 metres out from their own line. Griffin takes the first carry up to the 30. It's his gumshoe. Oh, I swear it looked like his teeth. You could be right there. I've been bamboozled, mate. I've been bamboozled. 10 minutes gone. Pitts to McMeekin. Excuse me. Slow to get up for McMeekin. Bit of an awkward one. Okay, alright. Okay. Hamlin Ueli takes it up to Castleford. Catalans 40. I'm sorry, folks. I'll get there. I need to wake up. Lino kicks on the last. Short side right. Towards the back right. It's going to bounce a couple times and just into touch. Between the 10 and the 20. Hip drop. I must have missed that one. So, Sirenen in possession for Catalans will play the ball just over his own 20. Garcia goes left to Busquet. Strong carry there. Just short the 40 now for the Dragons. Garcia in centre field. Goes to his left to Pangai Jr. Trying to drag a few defenders. Gets an offload to Garcia. He's now shifting through the centre field again. In Wakefield territory on the 4th. 12 minutes gone. Aspuro Biche on his right to Farge. Switches back to Sirenen Whitehead. Jesus Christ. Kick on the last there from Farge. Taken by Rourke. Ooh, strong hit onto Rourke. Behind his own 10. On McMeekin. Yeah, I'm aware of which one you meant. I just don't recall exactly everything. I just didn't really notice it. So Wakefield in possession on their own 20. It's with Scott. Takes it just over. Hood over on the right hand side. Comes back towards the middle with Pitts. Stream's not working for me. So they could be anywhere now. Right. Last tackle. Wakefield will kick from their own 30. Taken on the full by Sparrow-Bichet over his 30 up to the 40. You going to Magic Weekend? I'm not, unfortunately. I'm not. High shot there on Legere. So, penalty for Catalans Dragons. I will be streaming all games, though, Jack. I'll be streaming all games back to back to back on both days. Not been to a Magic Weekend for a while. I would like to go to one soon. Well, obviously, this year or next year. It's probably soon. So, maybe next year. Maybe. What's your thoughts on RFL deregistered Dion Cross and him going for free? I wasn't entirely aware of the whole situation. I knew there was controversy, but I wasn't sure what it was. If that's exactly what's happened, then I think that's a bit of a weird one. Do you know why he was deregistered in the first place, or whose fault it is? Who made that call? So it's with Farge, switches back to Bousquet. 7 missed tackles for the Dragons, 1 for Wakefield. So just over 14 minutes gone. Second tackle for the Dragons. Centre field with Garcia. They go left to Farge. Then to Kiri. Then across to Smith. Wrapped up by Scott and Lino. About 12 metres out now. Kotrick on the left. Just scoots. Gets an offload. Eventually Kiri recovers it. Shifting right to Bousquet. Then to Farge. Then to Sparrow-Bichet. Now only about 5 or 6 metres out. Whitehead over on the right hand side of the field. Waits at dummy half. Fourth tackle. Centre field with Farge. Dinks the ball towards the post. And, just going to run dead before Pangai Jr. can get to it. Robert Sneed, injured matey? Yeah, he's going to be out for like 6 weeks. I think he's fractured eye socket, something like that. And that's a minimum 6 weeks, I think. That looks high. And it's a penalty for Wakefield. Partington on Rourke. Yeah, St. Scott Lloyd's involved. And because his wages were not paid, he could be deregistered as breach of contract. No, if that's legit, I've got no issues with that. If that's legit, I don't mind. If the contract states that he could be deregistered because of breach of contract and he's not been paid in certain circumstances, I've actually got no issues. It's Salford's responsibility to make sure players are played. Simple as that. St. Helens should do everything they can possibly do to save money where possible. I've got no issues with that, actually. If that's 100% true, I don't know all the details. I'm just going off what you've said so far. So Lino down the short side right for Wakefield, up to the 20 in Dragons territory. Meek and Stockton centre field. Now about 16 metres out. Fourth tackle. 16.5 minutes to go. Or gone, sorry. Hood goes left to Lino. Pops it up to Griffin. He got an off. How did he get an offload in there? This is possible try for Wakefield. How has he got that off? Brother's a magician. Video ref's going to check this one. Alright, let's have a look at this. Yeah, clear and obvious offload, but it's just the camera angle and I think the player in the way. Yeah, well, that's a try. There we go. Wakefield, first points of the game. Sneaky side pass. Indeed. What's your prediction for Magic Weekend? Okay, I'll give you my predictions, but bear in mind that I've given no thought to it. I'm just going straight off what I know right now. Okay, so first game, Lee versus Catalans. I'm taking Lee. I'll have to think about it still. Hull KR Salford. I'm taking Hull KR. Saints versus Leeds. I'm taking... Leeds. I will need time to think about it before I do the predictions, and actually, I'm just... Okay. Huddersfield versus Hull in day 2. I'm taking Hull. Wigan versus Warrington, probably Wigan, but ever since the Challenge Cup game between Wire and Saints, I've incorrectly predicted all Warrington games. So I don't mind saying Warrington lose that because I've been getting them all wrong. I've predicted us to lose to Saints all 3 occasions, and I'm wrong every time, so don't mind it. I predicted us to lose to Leeds, and we won. I predicted us to beat Hull FC, and we lost. So, what can you do? And then Wakefield probably to beat Cass. Well, that's just initial thoughts. So, we're back underway. 6-0 for Wakefield. 18 minutes gone. Lino takes it on the full. Hands it off to Hamlin-Ueli, who takes it over the 10. Griffin takes it up to the 20, inside Wakefield territory. Hood, 18.5 minutes. Goes to his right to Pitts. Now up to the 30. Hood to Hamlin-Ueli on the right-hand side. Up to the 40. Decent meters. 4th tackle coming up for Wakefield. Scoots. Almost up to halfway. Now over the halfway line. Last tackle coming up with 19 minutes on the clock. Jowett at dummy half goes to his right to Lino. Hits the belly of the ball, but it's charged down. I think there's a knock on in there from Catalans as well, but recovered by Wakefield. And they'll get a fresh set from their own 40. So it worked out nicely there for Wakefield. Should be in good field position at the end of this set, provided they finish it. Makinson has failed his HIA. That's unfortunate. It's unfortunate, but didn't look in a good way. Wakefield now, about 35 metres out, over on the right-hand side of the field. Now through the middle with Hamlin-Ueli, about 31 metres out. Hood waits at dummy half. On his left to McMeekin, then to Pitts. So that's the first quarter of the game gone. Last tackle, left to Jowett, dinks the ball towards the back left. And it's a simple enough take for Quasson. It's a second tackle for the Dragons. From their own 20. Navarrete up to the 30. Now with Kotrick. Pushes off a few. Up to the 40. Good carry there from Kotrick. Garcia. Now up to halfway. And Kiri dinks the ball towards the back left. Rourke is there. Pinned back into the corner. Skips past one. Almost skips past another. Good effort there from Rourke. So Hall takes it over the 10 for Wakefield. Lino to Johnston. Ooh, almost gets half a break there up to the 20. And it is a penalty against Partington. Catalans needs to be a little bit cleaner at the moment. Probably same as you with Magic scores, apart from a fancy wire to beat Saints. Wire to beat Saints. 4 times again. So, penalty for Wakefield. They'll start this set from halfway. It's a decent set completion so far from both teams. Pitts switches back to Hamlin-Ueli. Wakefield about 42 metres out. Hood in centre field goes left to Pitts. Then to Lino. Out the back to Jowett, but it's just a little bit wayward. Recovered by John Stone. Let's return it back towards centre field. So Wakefield back to where they were. What channel is it on? It's on Sky Sports Plus. No more Wyvern Saints, please. Can't afford that. The hell that follows. There's always playoffs. There's always playoffs again. So, about 23 metres out, or 25. Lino kicks high towards the back left. I think there's an knock on from Ligieri. No. Well, we'll see. We'll see. Hood in centre field. On his right to Pitts. Shifting right, Jowett. Maybe thinking of dinking the ball through. So stopped on the 10. Right at the post now with Hood. Hands it off to McMeekin on his left. And stopped a few metres short. Hood now right at the sticks. Across to Lino. Slightly wayward there. And the referee's going to give it as a knock-on. Not sure I agree with that. So we got a captain's challenge. It just is backwards though, isn't it? It's just evening, Alex. Evening. And a reminder for others, there is a link to a new Kinetic Rugby League Discord that's in the chat. Hopefully we get some new people to join. That'd be great. Finn Bobs is in there. All FC fan. Ads. So yeah, how many members we got? We've got 16 in total, but that does include the bot and me. So we got 14. Not bad, not bad. I would like a few hundred in there. Would be nice. I just need to share it around a bit more. So 24 minutes on the clock. Successful challenge. I fully agree with that. So right at the post. Now with Lino. Switches back to Hamlin-Ueli. Straightens up. Opportunity here for Wakefield. Offloads. Okay. And that's going to be an easy 12 for Wakefield. There goes my prediction. Oh dear, what did you have? Just thinking, what can I allow? $22.18 I had for the Dragons, so I'm still on. What's the time in the game? 25 minutes, mate. 25 minutes and 15 seconds exactly. Oof. It's unfortunate, Kieran. It's unfortunate. I'm still on track for a 7 out of 8 in the NRL, by the way. It's picking up. It's picking up. I'm not getting not getting the margins right, unfortunately, but I'm getting the wins. So I'm on track for 7. I'm not sure if I'm going to get the chance to watch Raiders vs Dolphins in the morning, but if I can watch it, I will. It's on at 5 o'clock for us lot. 5 a.m. If anyone happens to be up, please watch it. Please do. So, Catalans will get us back underway shortly. 26 minutes on the clock. So, Hamlin ULE up to the 10, or just short. Dragged back by about 4 defenders there. Day to stream it. Oh, God, no. No, I can't. I can't do it. I can't. I'll probably be knackered. Even more so than now. Up to the 20. Third tackle for Trinity. Pitts to Lino to Rourke. Ooh, obstruction, yeah. Yeah, obstruction. I'll come to watch just for the funnies. I don't know, if I reckon I'm going to be fully raring to go for 5 o'clock in the morning, then I might do. It'll be done on a whim. Farge, now to Whitehead. Dragons only 20 metres out. They need to answer back soon. Don't want to let this game get away from them. Garcia to Partington. He's going to switch back to Navarrete. It's just Sky Sports Plus, mate. Satai, now on the field, down the left-hand side. Stopped about 15 metres short of the line. Garcia comes back towards the middle with Kiri. Then to Partington. Farge. Aspuro Biche. They've got the numbers. Oh, and there's a knock on in the corner from Legere. Oh, dear. It was on. It was so on. It's a bit of a mess there in the play of the ball for Wakefield. John Stone takes it up to the 40. La Croissant. Oui. De la Croissant du fromage. L. Wakefield est. Knock on. That makes no sense. But there was a knock on from Wakefield, which is why I said it. So, the Dragons in possession now. And Legere, with an arm around the neck, takes it up to halfway. Garcia in centre field, goes left to Partington, then to Kiri. Pops up to Sims, bumps off one, cuts back towards the middle, tries to bump off another. Up to Wakefield's 40. Oh, Hood's trying to get shifty. And it's a 6 again for the Dragons. So can they put up their first points of the game? 29 minutes and 50 seconds gone. Farge is going to straighten up, take it up to the 20. Second tackle. And a player is down. They're going to get a penalty. It's Partington. Maybe hit high. And that's half an hour gone, folks. Bloody Mike McMeekin. Bloody hell, what you doing, Mike? Not good enough, mate. Not good enough. So there's a tap for Satai. takes it up to the 10. Chance for the Dragons here. In centre field, Garcia at dummy half. Goes right to Farge, pops it up to Whitehead. Stop 5 metres short. He's going to play it for Garcia right at the post. He's going to go himself. He's got it. He's only gone and bloody done it. The Croissants answer back with 4 points of their own. Benjamin Garcia with the try. Good effort from Jowett, just maybe not the right technique there. Need to get under it. So, big kick for Catalans here. They don't want to be having to chase another try. So this will be a big one from Esporo Bichet. Will he have the extras? The kick is good. We've got a 6-point ball game, folks. Game on. Oh, they played a trumpet in the stadium. I think we should too. So, Satai straight into Fartilli, just short of his own 20. Meakin is off, Fartilli is on. 33 minutes on the clock. It's going to be another carry for Catalans, just short of their own 30 from Remus Smith. Navarrete over the 30. Third tackle. With 33 minutes and 33 seconds on the clock. All the threes. Over the 40. Garcia in centre field. Goes right to Whitehead. Over halfway now. On the last, short side right to Farge. Kicks high towards the back right. Decent chase here from the Dragons. Taken on the full by Rourke. Oof. Nicely done. Good defensive work. Rourke is not in a good way. It was a strong hit. Oh, I was thinking, surely that was high. We could be seeing a card here. Straight red. Oh, I don't know. I think this will be a sin bin. I think so. No doubt straight red for you, Alex. I'm not sure about that. I think maybe with Rourke falling, I think that's a mitigation. I need to watch it back just to see timings and all that. Let's have a gander. So Rourke takes it. Starts falling basically immediately. Caroline more hopes for 10. I'm okay with a yellow because he's falling. Shoulder to head, but I do agree shoulder to head, but he is falling. Yeah, that's a fair yellow.
It's going to be a yellow card. I can't speak. You ballless gate, Campbell! You dickhead!
So, yellow card for Kiri. Right, let's add this on. Wakefield penalty. They'll tap on their own 20. And Griffin takes the first carry. Right. There we go. So, as a knock-on from Wakefield, the Dragons come up with possession. Certainly helps them to run down the clock. Maybe they can put up points, we'll see. 6 again, they'll play the ball on Wakefield's 30. Now in centre field with Partington, he'll switch back to Navarrete. That's 35 minutes on the clock. Garcia, on his left to Partington. Just take the carry himself. Garcia in centre field. Partington slow to get up. We're staying down. Oh dear. Oof. There is a shoulder in there from Wakefield, from Vangenaar. And so it begins indeed. Do you know what? Let's have a conversation at half-time about cards, shall we? I do have a slight opinion. It's not fully fleshed out. So I think let's have a conversation at half-time and see if we can get anywhere. Correct me if I'm wrong, Alex, but are you a little bit pissed off about something from yesterday? Is that what you're getting at? So there's 4.5 minutes to go in the first half. Wait to see what happens here. I wouldn't mind if this is another yellow. Right then.
It's going to be a yellow card. I can't speak. You ballless gate, Campbell. You dickhead.
Wait, who was it? It was Vangenaar, wasn't it? I can understand Catalans going for the 2. Because you will get back to 13 before Wakefield do, but it's for like 30 seconds. I don't know. I think I just keep going. It's most likely going to be 12-8. It is. No, mate, completely unbiased. Completely. Why take the 5 minutes? I don't know, Kieran. I don't know. I mean, I guess the logic they're going with is take the points while we can. I don't know. It seems weird. You got even numbers. I don't know. I firmly disagree with that. Firmly disagree. So, Baltic refs, you had one job to keep consistent, and you can't even go 2 days in a row. So, strong carry from Whitehead up to the 40 for the Dragons. Now to halfway with Satai. Fourth tackle. 2.5 minutes to go in the first half. Short side left to Sims. Up to Wakefield's 40. Bumps off one. Last tackle for the Dragons. Smith to Partington to Farge. Under a bit of pressure but gets the ball away. Rourke comes down. And a penalty for Wakefield. High shot. Bloody hell, lads. You get a card, you get a card. Everybody gets it. Look under your seats, folks. I'm happy with just a penalty in this one. From what I can tell at the moment. So, penalty for Wakefield. Doesn't even touch the head, just flips over using his shoulders. I think there was contact to the head, like from his chest. But penalty for Wakefield. They are up to their own 40 with 1.5 minutes to go. Fartilli over the 40. Smith, now to Pitts, out the back to Jowett, switches back to Griffin over halfway. A great chance for Wakefield. Smith in centre field on the Dragons 40. Shifting right now with Lino. Pops it up to Rourke. Cuts back towards the middle. Fourth tackle coming up with 1 minute to go. Vive la France. Indeed. Indeed. Le Croissant. Shifting left to Fartelli, half a break, gets it offload to Lino, switches back. Oh, that is champagne, Rugby League. Champagne, indeed. That's a champagne bottle, by the way. Don't get any ideas. That was gorgeous. That was gorgeous. Try from Wakefield. Why the teams not just go from one side or the other over and over? Seems to make loads of ground. Do you know what? I don't know. I know what you mean though, because when teams spread the ball inside the middle third, they make a lot of meters. So I'm not sure. I'm not sure. So halftime hooter has sounded. They should make this 18. So I'm gonna pop that on there. Kick is good, and that's going to be half-time, folks. I should have took the tap. Yeah, they should have done. Hope Cat play like this when we have them in the cup. Maybe. Get the white flag out. Get the white flag. Right then. Half-time. It's not a bad half. Not bad. Right, cards. Where's Tompkins? I'm not sure. I think he's got a bit of a knock at the moment, but should be back for Magic. So again, link to the Discord in the live stream chat if you want to join. Hopefully you do. He's announced his retirement. Indeed, I think he'll finish out the year. I think, unless he's retired early. I don't know. Right, I've taken a few notes on cards. I'd like your opinions on this. It's difficult to do. It's difficult to do, but we'll see. So, for cards, I think there are 3 criteria. The first is, was the time to back out? That's the first question. That includes change of direction. So if a player drops, was the time to adjust to a player dropping? If a player steps, was the time to adjust to the player stepping, for example? Number 2, was there an attempt to wrap? Was there an attempt, a genuine attempt to get the arms around the player? And number 3, did they lead or promote the shoulder? So were they basically like that, or did they just drop the shoulder in like that? So they're the 3 bits of criteria. Was the time to back out? Did they attempt to wrap? Did they lead with the shoulder or promote the shoulder? So they're the 3 criteria. So, for example, let's say it's all 3. Let's say the player did have time to back out, they did not attempt to wrap, and they did either lead or promote the shoulder, and again, this is high contact, then I'm giving that as a red card. You've met all 3, you had time to back out, you didn't wrap, and you led with the shoulder or promoted the shoulder, and you made high contact. Therefore, that's a red, in my opinion. So that's what I'm going with. Now, if you get any 2 of those, so let's say you did have time to back out, and you didn't attempt to wrap, but therefore you didn't lead with the shoulder, it's just high contact. You had time to back out, you didn't attempt to wrap, therefore it's a yellow. Or it could be any combination of 2. Let's say you did have time to back out, and you led with the shoulder. Thinking about that, I could be wrong on that one. I could be wrong. If you did have time to back out and you led with the shoulder, would that be a straight red? Maybe. Yeah, I might have... Maybe that combination of 2 is specifically a red. That would be a shoulder... Yeah, you're right, Kieran. So I think... Yeah, if that combination of 2 happens, then that's a red. But if it's a different combination of 2, so let's say you did have time to back out and there was no attempt to wrap, then that's possibly a yellow. If you didn't have time to back out, but you led with the shoulder, no attempt to wrap, then I'd say that's a yellow. Because if you didn't have time, then it's difficult, because you're in an unfortunate situation if you didn't have time. So, right then, I'm okay with that. If it's all 3, you get a straight red. If you had time to back out and lead with the shoulder, that's a shoulder charge, therefore that's a red as well. But if it's a different combination of 2, it's a yellow. If you do 1, just 1, I would say it's dependent on a HIA. So this is the rule that I would put in. Player commits one of those, it's a high shot, it's a penalty. The player that's been hurt goes off for a HIA. The player that caused the HIA goes off at the same time. Both players can be replaced. If the player fails the HIA, the player that caused it stays off for the rest of the game. It's not a red card, they're just no longer coming back on. But if he passes it, that player can come back on. But in that scenario, it's always 13 on 13. So I think, dependent on the HIA, if somebody's caused to HIA, they should go off as well. But they can be replaced, so it's back to 13 on 13. And then it's dependent on whether the player passes or fails the HIA. They'll either come back on or stay off. In my opinion. So that's what I'd do. If it's a complete accident like a ball contest in the air, that would be dependent on if there was time to back out. Was there an attempt to wrap? Did they lead with the shoulder? So, for example, let's take Cade Cust, for example, right? I don't think Cade Cust had time to back out. There was no attempt to wrap. I know it was a contest, so therefore that's automatically not possible because it was a contest for the ball. He didn't attempt to wrap. You could make the argument he led with the shoulder. So, because he meets two of those criteria, it's a yellow. That's what I'd say. So, the argument made is, Cust didn't have time to back out, but he didn't attempt to wrap, which meant he put himself in a position to possibly hurt somebody. That argument could be made. I'm not entirely sure that that's maybe the right interpretation. Again, it's not foolproof. It's not... probably not perfect. If it's a contest in the air, I guess it depends on intent, really. Like, if two players go up and then someone gives up on the contest and just straight wraps the player's legs up mid-air, I don't know, they're tough ones. It's actually really difficult. It's really difficult. Oh, we may never get it right, unfortunately. Two jump up, headbutt each other. One goes down, one stays up. I'd say that's probably accidental. There's probably not even a penalty there. If two jump up and there's an accidental headbutt, then I think that's just... you just sort of play on. In my opinion. Right, I'm going to drop a few ads in here. So, we've had a few members recently. If you'd like to become a member, click the join button below the stream. You can support me for as little as £1 a month. Well, there's no obligation to pay. One that comes to mind is Lee's from Saints, and Roberts from Wire. Roberts Falls. They are really tough. The thing is, I think there needs to be a proper conversation with all the players about what they're willing to accept. What does the majority of players want to accept as acceptable high shots? Does there need to be specific criteria that's met? Like I've kind of pointed out there, does there need to be specific wording? Yeah, like, rest in peace, Charlie Whiting. Get him back in. Yeah, does there need to be a meeting where we set out criteria, where specific actions have to be met? Or is each one going to have to be open to interpretation? But maybe it needs to be ex-players if they're so adamant that, you know, they understand how the game works. Possibly. Hopefully that muted, because that was not a great cough. Coaches and team captains meet with the refs would be nice once. It certainly would be. That then goes back to refs being incompetent and different. I suppose so. It's just, I don't know how many of the refs have played the game, and those that have played the game talk about it in a way that, oh, if you haven't played the game, you just don't understand. Well, okay, then, like, explain it. Like, you know, some situations you can look at and think, oh, well, he's probably let off by this or let off by that. I don't know. Do you know what? I'm going to go back to the Leeds highlights from yesterday, and I'm going to look at each one. Alright, let's have a gander, shall we? So the first one, the Sinfield one, let's have a look at this. So you're looking at Sinfield's one, it looks worse. Okay, so looking back at the Sinfield one, Morg is not dropping. Sinfield doesn't make an attempt to wrap. I mean, he can't really attempt to wrap. But it's shoulder to the head. What do you guys think about Sinfield yesterday? Should he got a yellow or a red? Because I'm looking at it right now and it looks like red territory to me. There's already 2 plays on KR Man. Red in my opinion because he can't wrap and lead shoulder. I'm like looking at it now, like Sinfield looks like a red to me. The argument could be, if you want to be very precise, the argument could be made when he gets hit by Aledzki first. It moves his head ever so slightly. Like, if you want to be really specific, but I'm not taking it as a legit argument, if I'm honest. Do you know what? Sinfield's a red for me. I'd also say, and as much as players will say, you know, if you've not played, maybe you just don't understand. But there's got to come a point where players just aren't being safe enough in how they tackle. That conversation needs to be had. Not are refs interpreting things incorrectly. Are players actually able to tackle properly? The question needs to be asked. Sue was yellow or pen only. Sue yellow, other guy maybe just a yellow. Let's players are coming out, so let's move on to the next one. Okay. Now, so I'm saying Sinfield red early on. For the next one, for the high shot from Sue on Lasone, there is a clear drop in height. So I'm happy with the yellow for Sue. Because it is shoulder to the head. I'm happy with the yellow for Sue. because of the drop in height. We are back underway, folks. Catalans will kick to Wakefield, and Fartilli takes the first carry. So let me just look at this last card. I would say Handley's a yellow. The worst one was Sinfield, in my opinion. So maybe when refs say forceful, of course it's forceful, it's a tackle, yeah. If I'm honest, I think those cards should have been flipped. I'm saying the first one was a red. So, red for Sinfield, yellow for Sue, yellow for Handley. That's what I'm saying. So, both players still a man down at the moment. 18-8 for Wakefield. They'll kick towards the back right. Taken on the full by Esporo Biche. On his own 10, getting dragged towards the touchline. It's always Morg too, yeah. Him and Thulis just taking constant shots to the skull. Catalans up to their own 20. And a carry through the middle. Just short of their 30. Hands all over the ball. Penalty for Catalans. Anyone have a RFL HQ number? Get Rob, Director of Referees. People would not like my opinions. People certainly wouldn't. They certainly would not. There is a point, though, right, where... Do you know, as much as players are like, they'll have their own opinions on stuff, there's a point where players need to be held to a higher standard. Where if you're going in for a tackle, you don't always have to be sort of kind of offset so that your shoulder makes contact. You can always take it straight on so that, you know, you get hit in the chest. There's a point where you need to start, like, changing. And there's all this stuff about, you know, tall players on shorter players. Oh, hang on, there's a break for Wakefield. Catalans. Bear with me, folks. Catalans a metre short, playing the ball in front of the right post. Garcia to Satai, spins, puts the ball down. Early on, the Dragons answer back. Easily done. Easily done. So, as I was saying before, I was rudely interrupted by the actual on-field action. Talking about taller players on shorter players, and that... Oh, do you expect the taller player to sort of get further, like, lower down? Yes. This is literally the environment you're playing in. If you're going to tackle the player, you have to make sure that you're direct, so you're not using a shoulder into the head, or get lower, so that your shoulder goes into their stomach. Tall and short players have played against each other forever. If you're a taller player, it is your responsibility to accommodate who you're tackling, and vice versa. I think the excuse of height differences doesn't matter. I think if there's a rapid change in height or position, there's no problems there. Absolutely no problems. Kutsuga... No, actually, the problem is, Alex, I don't have an issue with him getting lower because of the drop. Because you clearly see Lasone is already low. So, like, Lasone's like that, and then is like that. So, if Lasone was like that, I expect Sue to be like that. That's what I expect him to be like, to make the contact as though he's sort of like leaning forwards. If Lasone's like that as well, then it's on Sue to be like this and just take the contact straight on into his stomach, chest, whatever, and not with the shoulder. So height should not matter at all. It's rapid change in height is fine, but just because it's a 5'4" against a 6'3" player, I don't give a shit how tall somebody is, how short somebody is. You have to deal with somebody else's height. Kotrick with room to run down the left-hand side, up to Wakefield's 30. And Catalans have a player back on the field. Should have both back on soon. And it's taken on the full by Johnstone off the back of a kick. And Wakefield have possession inside their own 10. Agree with that. Could Sue get lower though? Oh yeah, you asked that. I read that one out. Well said, Rob. Thank you. Up the trim. Just being in general, by the way, just an example I picked. Okay. Agreed. Head to ass when tackling. Exactly. Spear with your legs planted. Exactly. You've got to get lower. The players are taking contact straight up. If you're going to do that, you've got to receive the player directly through the chest. You can't be offset so your shoulder makes contact. You just can't be doing that. I'm fine with players saying, well, you haven't played and therefore you don't know. What I do know is you're leaning in with the shoulder. Therefore, you're doing something that's going to cause harm to somebody. If you're going to straighten up, you've got to be willing to take it through the chest. If not, you've got to get lower. Right then. So, 4-point advantage for Wakefield. Catalans in possession, up to Wakefield's 40. 3 minutes gone. Not 3 minutes, I was thinking... 7 minutes gone. I was thinking it was a football game, like 45 minutes, but I still would have been wrong about the time. 7 minutes gone in the second half. Last tackle for the Dragons. 25 metres out, shifting left, Kiri. Now it's Smith. He's going to dink the ball through. Rourke is there, though. Recovers it. Oof. Strong hit from Smith. Behind his own 10. And the ball comes loose. Is that a knock on? It is. Scott wants to challenge it. Scott looks confident about challenge. It's a human response to try protect yourself when something's coming at you. It's a rugby player's response to do it safety. Yeah, that's fine. That's completely fair. You know, protect yourselves at all cost, but like, I don't know. I reckon Wakefield will lose this challenge. Right, unsuccessful challenge there for Wakefield. Vangenart is also back on. Oh, Amor saying that the Dragons will score. So we're back to 13 on 13. Kept possession now. I think it's because he didn't have the ball wrapped up like he's using his elbow. Thought I saw hand on ball. I didn't notice. I wasn't like looking properly. I just saw the ball come loose, so I didn't fully see that. Partington now in centre field. Chance for the Catalans Dragons to answer back and equalise. Going left now. It's with Sims. There's an S there. Idiot. Now in centre field with Farge. Shifting right with Kiri. Across to Esporo Bichet. All the way out to Ligiere. Room to run. Oh, that is nicely done. Jowett's claiming he's in touch. Touch judge said he was out. Jowett was confident he was out. We will see. We will see. Touch judge and Jowett are both confident. I was given no try for the video ref to check. Good effort from Laguerre. Oh. Oh, yeah. Slips out. Just about. Only just. Good effort. Good effort. Very good call indeed. Tara Jones, isn't she a player as well? Does she play for Saints or something like that? I'm sure she does. Should have held on to his man or pushed. I reckon he should have scored the try, Alex. I reckon that's what... If in my expert opinion, I reckon that's what he should have done. Right, DeCosta is on. Smith will scoot from dummy half. Good run here from Smith. Yep, 6 again. Up to their own 40. Pitts hands it off to Vangenaar. Or is that a Tony? I think it's a Tony. Up to halfway. So a good chance for Wakefield to extend the lead again. Fartilli gets the offload. Smith going left to Griffin. Then to Pratt. Stop just over the 30. Gets a quick play of the ball for Smith. Back towards centre field with Pitts. Pops us up to a Tony. Strong carry there up to the 10. 50 minutes gone. Exactly, Alex. You're telling me. You're telling me. Fartilli stopped a few metres short, left of the sticks. Smith waits a dummy half. Switches back to a Tony. Oof, I thought he had all the room in the world to run there. Is this going to be checked? No try given on field for the video ref to check. I thought for there's a split second there. There's all the room in the world. I thought he got that. Like, I thought he was absolutely just going to barge over. I do think he is probably short from where his body is. Big bloke, isn't he? Ooh, penalty for Catalans here. This could be. Yeah, I'm okay with that. Why are Aaron and Liam not giving each other shit? I mean, if they're brothers and they get on really well, like, they're not that kind of... You know, they don't have that kind of relationship. But if, you know, they grew up just giving each other a bit of shit, just lay one in. Give her your mum joke. Momentum try? I wouldn't say so. I think it definitely promotes that arm. So, still a 4-point lead for Wakefield. My exact score is actually on here at the moment. So I had 22-18 for Catalans. So Partington in centre field, shifting left to Keary. Gets half a break, looking for an offload. Just chucks it and gets one off to Smith. Stopped on Wakefield's 40. Third tackle coming up. Espoto Bichet in centre field now with Keary. Then across to Partington. Now Satai. Bumps off one. Up to the 40 and a few metres over it. Da Costa. On his right to Farge. At the back to Kiri. Then across to Laguerre. Has to cut back towards the middle. He stopped about 22, maybe 21 metres. Out from the try line. Last tackle Farge. Dinks the ball towards the back right. Rourke under pressure. And looks like a knock on there from Catalans. Partington will put the ball down. But pretty sure that's going to be a knock on. No try given on field. I think that's fair. Checking for onside, offside. Backwards. I thought that was lateral. I definitely don't think it was backwards, but I guess we'll see. I guess we will see. Hang on a minute. I think the guys to the right were passive. I don't think they were involved. Only problem with the knockdown is I think it was just straight down, so that would be a knock on. I don't think it went backwards. And I'm not talking about after it bounces, because it bounces forwards afterwards. I think that's just gone straight down. I'm saying knock on. Because that basically goes straight down. There's going to be no try. I'm okay with that. Momentum makes it look backwards, but it goes forward because of momentum. Fair enough. Need better angles? Yeah, we do. We need that grand final track. You know, the camera that's constantly going all the way across the pitch. We need one of those. Does anyone remember those 3D cams that we tried to bring in years ago? Where it would, like the camera, there was two cameras that would show what the angle looked like from the try line. They didn't stay for too long. So Wakefield in possession, just in front of their own 10, and a penalty for Wakefield. Holding on for too long. You can't be doing that. You can't be doing it. Pangai Jr. is now on. Oh yeah, what's the other score? Lee up 24-0. Fair enough. Fair enough. I picked the right game then. So McMeekin plays it on Catalans 40. Pitts out the back to Lino. Under a lot of pressure from Kiri. Tries to step past a few. Stopped about 30 metres out. Smith. On his left to Pitts. Now shifting left. Switches back to Fartilli. Over the 30. Now about 24, 25 metres out. Smith in centre field. On his left to Pitts. He's going to straighten up. Bumps off one. Gets half a break there. Just over 10 metres out. Last tackle for Wakefield. 53.5 minutes gone. Ball is dinked through from Lino. Recovered by Espirito Biche. He's got room to run. That's a good tackle there from Lino. That's a very important tackle. Kotrick shrugs off a few and earns a penalty. Offside from Wakefield. Do you know what? It's an alright game, this. It's not the best game in the world. But it's alright. It's been alright. So, penalty kick from Farge from his own 30. They will start this set just over halfway. Penalties conceded, 5 for Catalans, 6 for Wakefield. It does need more cards. Spot on there, mate. Spot on. And all I've seen are yellows so far, so, you know, consider being a bit diverse with your card selection. Just a thought. Kieran, is that you on your bike again? So now with Smith down the left-hand side. Bumps off one. Lino tries to wrap him up. Then met by Hall and Van Aert. Catalans Dragons, third tackle. 20 metres out over on the left-hand side. Come back towards the middle with Partington. Now with Pangai Jr. Stopped about 13 metres out. De Costa in centre field on his right to Farge. At the back to Esporo Bichet. Good jam there from Pratt to stop him immediately. Last tackle, 55 minutes on the clock. Kiri in centre field dinks the ball towards the back left. Kotrick is up, looking for an offload. Gets one. Pangai Jr.'s there. And he scores a try in the corner. The winger to Vita Pangai Jr. But it's forward. It's forward. Okay. Alright then. Alright, let's have a look at this again. Ooh. From this angle, look lateral. It's close. It is very close. It's very close. One more Wakefield games now. Never knew they had a Pratt. You telling me? You telling me? Beep beep. That's giving me Roadrunner vibes. Again, good rule of thumb for people. If you're driving across some kind of mountain range and you're going towards a tunnel and you see a paint bucket and a brush, stop immediately. So, Catalans Dragons are challenging. Oh, I reckon that's a knock on. Surely. There's no hand on the ball there, I don't think. No, I think he's just lost it. Successful challenge. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Yeah, that's all good. So a scrum for the Dragons. About 35 metres out. Farge is going to feed the ball in. Come on. Here we go. It's with Kiri down the right-hand side. Esporo Bichet has Laguerre on his right, but he's going to carry up to the 20. Coming back towards the middle with Farge. Then to Garcia. De Costa in centre field. On his left to Partington. Then to Kiri. Switches back to Sims. Up to the 20. Bumps off one. Gets a quick play of the ball. De Costa, Partington, Pangai Jr. Plenty of defenders there. Stopped a few metres short in front of the left post. He's going to play it for De Costa. Goes to his left to Sims. Barges over. I think he's been held up, but that's probably worth a check at least. I think a check is fair, but probably held up. Yeah, that's alright. That's fine. They ain't they're winning at the moment. Morgan needs one of those head things. He's already got a titanium skull. I reckon he's alright. That was close. That was very close. All right, no try. That's good effort there from Catalans. They're knocking on the door. The Dragons are knocking on the door. Last tackle. They'll play it on the 10, just left of the sticks. Da Costa waits. 58 minutes on the clock. Left or right to Kiri, then to Farge. Oh, he's going to go himself. But they'll turn over the ball just in front of the try line, so that's not too bad, actually. That's not too bad. They just need to be disciplined now, that's it. Just be disciplined. But Meakin will play this for Smith. Barely any ground made on the first play. Now up to the 10. 4 defenders in the tackle. 58.5 minutes gone. Second tackle. Jowett. To Pitts. Makes a few metres there. Second half has been all Catalan so far. I'd agree with that. It's been a bit slightly ill-disciplined. A few too many errors from Wakefield. Now shifting right with Lino. Then to Rourke. Making good metres now. Hall. Up to the 40. So they've got themselves out of danger. So 59 minutes on the clock. Last tackle. Hood will come back towards the middle with Lino. Hits the belly of the ball. It'll bounce once. Then it's recovered by Legere. On his own 30. Just shy of the 40. Who would have thunk it, Alex? Who would have thunk it? That's why I want teams to spread the ball earlier more. Like, it's more effective. I want Warrington to do it more. I see it a lot in the NRL. They make great meters to get a lot of line breaks from it. It's like, why not do it? One thing we've also stolen from the NRL, fullbacks taking carries on the fourth tackle. That is also stolen from the NRL, I think. So, Da Costa, did someone lose a gum shield? No, I don't. Pangai Jr. takes it over the 30. Coming up to the hour mark, fourth tackle. Da Costa on his right to Farge. And the back to Spodobiche. Then across to Whitehead. Stopped on the 10. That's an hour gone. Last tackle. A dink towards the post from Farge. Knocked on from Catalans. Recovered by Hall. Hand over on the 10. Last quarter of the game, folks. Last quarter of the game. Hall is down at the moment. Scott with the first carry makes a metre. Then John Stone. Up to the 20. Second tackle. Now in centre field with... Who is that? Who was that? Don't know who that was. Was it Hamlin Ueli? It might have been. Last tackle, Lino will kick from halfway. Few players offside. 15. What is that? What is that referencing, Alex? Kiri on the 20 gives it to Remus Smith. Former Melbourne Storm player. Oh, the shirt of the mystery man. Oh, yeah, I think it's Hamlin Ueli. I just couldn't see the... wasn't sure. I think it's Hamlin Ueli. There's an offload from Pangai Jr. Recovered by Farge. Fourth tackle, just shy of halfway. Da Costa on his left to Bousquet. Gets an offload. Recovered by Kiri. Now shifting left to Sims. Bumps off Lino. Gets an offload to Smith. And then just chucks it. Interesting. Smith probably didn't need to do that. Of course, so if it comes off, we're going to praise him as a hero. Lino says it was out before it was actually out. Very true. Very true, Kieran. Honestly, mate, I don't know enough about boxing to know who should win. So, we have 17 minutes to go. 4-point advantage for Wakefield. They have possession at halfway. Third tackle coming up. Hood to McMeekin. Brought down just short of the 40 inside Dragons territory. Hood on his right to Hamlin-Ueli, the mystery man. Plays it on the 30, last tackle. Right to Lino. Hits the ball high towards the back right. Players go up, or it's taken cleanly by Esporta Biche, stopped inside his in-goal area. Really nicely done from Wakefield. They've been under a lot of pressure over the last 20 minutes. Near enough since the half started, to be honest. And that's huge for them, actually. That's huge. Catalans might go for a short dropout. They will do. And that's a knock-on from the Dragons. Good effort. Okay, so scrum for Wakefield. On the 20, Lino switches back to Pratt. 10 metres out, Hood. Now with, is that Cozza? I think it is. Please don't score when I need to yawn. Please don't. Hood. Wayward pass there. Recovered by Hall. Shrugs off one. Stopped about 23 metres out. Fourth tackle. Hood on his left to Cozza. Plays it for Hood. Shifting left now. They dink the ball through. Recovered. Ooh, that looks high. Penalty for the Dragons. It's all kicking off now. Fight, fight, fight. Should we get a trumpet? We've not had one for a while. I just look. You just put "le" in front of any word. It's immediately French. Okay, le penalty for the Dragons. Bon. Alex having flashbacks of yesterday. That's a good one, actually. That's a good one. Fair play. Fair play. Simple but sweet. So, third tackle for Le Catalans. Farge to Kiri. Over halfway. De Costa on his right to Farge. Cuts back towards the middle. Looking for an offload. Gets one on the 40 to Kiri. Eats up a few more metres. Just over 30 metres out. Last tackle, short side right to Farge for a kick. Johnstone goes up, takes it cleanly. Well taken. Le Penguin. Bit of cramp for Johnstone, I think, there. Scott, I should say. Hall with the next carry up to the 30. 68 minutes on the clock, 12 minutes to go. Fourth tackle for Wakefield in centre field. Up to the 40. Last tackle coming up. Now Adlino just dinks the ball towards the back right. Espero Bicho stopped on the 20. Kinetic only makes a few metres there. Now with Kotrick. Just short the 40. Satai over the 40. Up to halfway. Strong carry. Heard he's rumoured to be on the way out after this year. Would not mind him at Warrington at all. If we got Satai and Liam Byrne, I'd be happy with that. What's with the voice crackling every time? I don't know. This ref might be 15 secretly. So taken by Johnstone, almost lost that. To be fair, they do a lot of shouting, don't they? So at some point it's gonna mess up. Tackle 1, tackle 2, move. So, Wakefield in possession with just over 10 minutes to go. They take it over their own 30 with Hall. Gets a quick play of the ball for Liam Hood. Hands it off to McMeekin on his right. And he'll take this just short of halfway. So last tackle coming up for Wakefield Trinity. Hood on his right to Lino. He's going to engage the line here. Across to Scott. He'll then dink the ball through. Taken by Kotrick. So there could have been more to that. But 10 minutes to go. Crunch time now, boys. I would like to see a try from the Dragons here. Espero Biche shrugs off one. Stopped on the 30. Da Costa to Ligieri. That looked possibly high. It is high, according to the referee. Penalty for the Dragons. Next 5 fixtures for Catalans. They've got Lee at Magic Weekend. They've got Hull KR away in the Cup. Saints away, Wigan at home, Hull FC at home. That's a bloody hell, that's a tough run. That's a hell of a run, that. Lee, KR, Saints, Wigan, Hull FC. Damn. Wash your mouth. What did I do? What did I do? What's going on here? God. Shocking. Farge goes across to Kiri, then to Smith. That looks slightly forward to me. Kotrick, though, in possession. Latry in the corner. Was Le pass forward? Are they going to go to Le video ref? No, they're going to give Latry. 18-all on Le scoreboard. Thought it was forward initially. But none. 18-all. Oh, said FC was a tough game. Wanker, wanker, wanker. Big kick this. Actually, what is the scoreline in the other game? 24-6. Not far off my exact prediction. I said 30-10. So, not far off. Guillermo Espiro Biche. Trez from Trez today. Toi. That's without a T. And the kick is... Oh, he's only gone and done it. He's only gone and bloody nailed it. Look at him go. Look at him go. There we go. There we go. Yeah, you are right, yeah. It's... Toi. Un, deux, trois. It's a 2-point lead for the Dragons with 6,5 minutes to go, because I don't know what half is in French. Don't lose to Le French. You can't be doing that. You cannot lose to Le Frenchies. A bunch of croissant Carls. Come on then. De Costa to Partington. Over halfway, strong carry there from Oliver Partington. Tackle Quattro. Strong carry there from Bousquet. The forwards looking strong at the moment for Catalans. It's with Kiri in centre field. Plenty of height on this kick. Not much distance though. Esporo Biche gets hold of it, offloads it to Kiri, and he's stopped about 16 metres out. It's going to get cool and groovy now, boys. It's going to get funky, you might say. To the left. Take it back now, y'all. One hop this time. One hop this time. Reverse. Reverse. Cha-cha real smooth. As they say. Bobby. Le Disco. Le Disco. La Biblioteca. Croissant. Baguette. Wakefield in possession now. So you don't get this kind of stuff on Sky Sports, do you? You just don't. So they play the ball on their own 40. Wakefield in possession. McMeekin takes up to halfway. 5 minutes to go. 5 minutes left on the clock. Left to Rourke. Eating up meters. Now to Pratt. Le Pratt. Le spin it, le twist it. Le pull it. On the last now with Lino. Dinks le ball towards le back right. Le players go up. Taken cleanly by Le Cotric. Unfortunate voice crack. Anyway, we move on. Catalans on their own 10. Tackled off the ball. Hello. I completely missed that. I was focusing on the voice crack. De Costa on the 20 gives it to Garcia. I think he's playing in that 13 role at the moment. Le pissed off. Well, you never know. 4 minutes to go. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Bousquet. Plays the ball on the last. On the 30 now with Farge. Kicks long. Recovered by Rourke. Up to his 30. So we've got about 3.5 minutes to go. John Stone. Hood to Lino. Out the back to Hall. Switches back to Scott. Can eat up some meters in centre field. Gets an offload as well. Second tackle still. So third tackle, Wakefield up to halfway. Any other games tonight? Not tonight. That's it. Oh, well, at the moment, yes, there's Salford versus Lee right now as well. 28-6 was full time. I was close to exact score, actually. It wasn't far off. So yeah, 28-6 full time to Lee. Opportunity here for Wakefield. Opportunity. Back inside. Deflected off a Catalans player. I think that's a knock-on from them. Penalty for Wakefield. We're about to equalise here. Penalty for offside. Okay. I think they're going to challenge it. If you can take the 23, go for it. It would be fantastic. So Rourke had a bit of room to run. Then looked to his inside. It was knocked on by a Spodo B-shape. But recovered by Smith, who was in an offside position. I don't know what the challenge... okay, actually, yeah, they're probably just... No, the challenge is fine. Forget I said anything. They just need a rest. That's completely fine, to be honest. Yes, they're giving away 2. They understand that. They just let the clock run down. Getting a rest. So, unsuccessful challenge. Accidental offside. Cap challenge, eat a few seconds. Yeah, I think that's completely fine. Come on, Wakey. Well, kick to come. So, this kick actually is... Do you know what? You should get it, but it's not the easiest kick in the world. It's actually a slightly tough one. It could be a little bit awkward. Don't miss the kick. Do not miss the kick. Le-jow it, mate. So the clock is now running down. Jowett is also 3 from 3 so far, as was a Spodo B-shape before his successful conversion from the touchline. So we've got just less than 2 minutes to go. And le kick is... The kick is Bon. That's 20 all. Bon is good, right? I'm pretty sure it is. Le kick Bon. This is the most French I've ever spoken since leaving high school. So we are back underway with 1 minute, 20 seconds to go. So a bit of a mess here, but Hall takes it. I reckon Catalans will be in the best position here to win this game inside regulation. Muy bien, indeed. They're just going to be well disciplined here. They can't allow easy meters for Wakefield. But we will see. We will see. GCSE failed in French. Same, I think. Yeah. No Bon. No Bon. Did they get a 6 again? It's 0 tackle. Okay, Wakefield will have a chance here. Ooh, claiming a high shot there. Espero Biche giving man of the match. 30 seconds to go. McMeekin up to halfway. I reckon you got 2 more tackles in there if you get a shift on. Up to the 40. You got 1 more. You've got 1 more here. 20 seconds to go. McMeekin. Here we go. Here we go. 15 seconds to go. This is it. This is it. Hood. Tolino. And it is... No Bon. There's a bit of a croissant, that one. Just a bit of a croissant. Take Laoon. And that's going to be full-time with Golden Point on the way. What a prat indeed. Absolute dingleberry. On we jolly well go indeed. Drop an ad or 2 in there. Also got the chance. May the stream never end. My PC will not appreciate that, but... Sorry, le PC. Le PC. Oh yeah, Warrington are looking at Liam Knight for next year. I remember that now. But where are those Wakey fans going? Where are they going? Don't do what I did. When I was younger, me and my mum and dad went to Old Trafford for Soccer Aid. That was years ago. And it was drawing at full time and we left. Not realising it went to pens, and England won. So, yeah, we messed that one up. Don't make the same mistake. Like Murph's ghost says in Interstellar, stay. I hope to God people get that. I was your ghost. We always left 10-ish mins when me and my dad go. Traffic is chaos and all. That's fair enough. Sometimes it's just like, it depends on your situation. If you do really need to leave 10 minutes early because traffic is an absolute mess, I get it. I definitely get it. Because when I used to go to Everton games, mate, I would stay till full time, but you've got 40,000 people there. Walking back across Stanley Park, I have to wait in the car park, sometimes up to an hour just to get out. So it can be a bit of a piss take. So, third tackle. I will take this full-time thing off because we are actually underway. Ooh, that looks high. Ooh. Yeah, that's... Ooh, red. Amos says red. Do you know what? I can understand a red. Player isn't necessarily falling. Lino does kind of promote the shoulder. There's no attempt to wrap. I'm okay with a red there. I'm okay with it. And this is what I was going back to before about difference in height. Like, it's your responsibility. You play against taller or shorter guys all the time. I think he's had little care to actually make a tackle there. Lino drops his legs, then raises up to make contact. If he's low and then drives in, no issue. But yeah, he promotes the shoulder. What's the mitigation, though? Mate, what are you looking at as mitigation? You've just pulled the word out of your backside just for the sake of it. He's barely going down. Barely going down.
It's going to be a yellow card. I can't speak. You ballless git, Campbell. You dickhead.
No attempt to wrap. Promotes the shoulder. The player's barely falling. I need to see it again, but... Bloody hell. So a minute and a half gone in the first phase of Golden Point. Great chance for the Dragons here. They don't want to take too long. Again, it's not optimal being inside the 10 when you play the ball because it gives you less space to work with. But it's out the back to Kiri. Has to engage the line. Oh, hang on a minute. Hang on a minute. Smith gets it down. He's confident. I think this is going to be checked. It is going to be checked, which is fair. Try giving on field. Let's have a gander at this then, shall we? I think that's... there's a slight movement of the arm there. I guess we need to see if his body's still moving, though. Oh, this might end up being okay. The ref might be right about nobody holding him. Do you know what? Yeah, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. No one's holding him, but I'm okay with that. This is going to be a try. Bloody hell. I've made it 26. I don't know if they're allowed to go for the 2 or not. I'm assuming they are. LaFudge. I would like the number of the female that was in the crowd seconds ago. Can they go for the 2? I don't know if they can or not. I don't know if they're allowed to or not. I'm just going to drop it down to 24. Right, okay. Do you know what? All scores for me today haven't been too far off. I said 2012 for Cass, it was 30-12. No, it's not the closest one. I said 22-18. So both teams got 2 more points than I predicted. And Lee Salford, I said 30-10. So, not bad. Not too bad. Right, great stream, Rob. Cheers for your time. Well, thank you for stopping by as well, Alex. Sorry about the robbery. But yeah, thanks for stopping by, folks. It's greatly appreciated. And also, the link to the new Discord that I've set up is pinned in the live stream chat. Please make sure you join. Trying to get as many people in there as possible. But yeah, it was a decent game. It was a decent game. Thanks up the train. Thanks, Alex. Saint Jester. Thanks to Callum for stopping by. David. Jack. Anime Dude was here briefly. LG was also here briefly. Kings. Cumbrian Mackem. One or the other. Yeah. Thanks for stopping by. So, if you go to the description of the live stream, there's plenty of social media platforms you can follow me on. Follow the TikTok page. The stream highlights will be up either tonight or tomorrow. And you can watch the stream highlights from yesterday's game as well. Yeah, what a solid game of Rugby League that was. Just for laughs, brother. Enjoy the comms as always. Good night. Good night. Got it. Right then. Appreciate you for stopping by. Have a great rest of your weekend. I will be back tomorrow, by the way. Let me just clarify the time. I'm going to be streaming the game tomorrow. 3 o'clock kickoff, so I'll be back at 2:45 PM tomorrow for FC versus Wigan. So hopefully I'll see some of you then. But yeah, have a great rest of your day. And yeah. Toodle pip.